Sorry about that. You can probably tell my alarm went off in my car. But I was going to talk about these things. These are collars. The silver billet aluminum are collars that slide into, or supposed to slide into, the bottom of the frame. They are so poorly manufactured that they were beyond thousandths oversized. There was no overspray of the powder coat on the inside, so that wasn't the issue. It was literally the manufacturing. I don't have a billet machine. I'm sure most of us don't have a billet machine in our house. So poor myself and Derek Heim spent about an hour and a half with Dremels and files trying to get those things. Even you can see this one is not all the way in because we couldn't get it all the way in. We were hoping to torque it down when we installed it. But those things took at least an hour and a half of the hour and a half it takes to install based upon the provider. But that's not really the big issue. The big issue is a couple of other things. To get this in, again, remember it takes 1.5 hours based upon the R tuning. You have to remove the passenger side, or at least one of the seats. It's only 4 bolts. They claim you don't need to. God bless them if maybe they have an inflatable version at the R's tuning. I don't know, but it's physically, dimensionally impossible without cracking your windscreen or damaging your interior. No big deal. You know, it's easy to take one seat out. I just wish that people would tell us these things. But we still haven't got to the crux of the matter. The crux of the matter is anchored in a couple of places. As you can see, it's anchored at the bottom where the seat belts are, and it's anchored underneath the rear seat on these plates in OEM positions. The bolts do line up. That's not the issue. The bolt holes here, the bolt holes here, and the bolt holes at the bottom of the seat belt do definitely line up. Congratulations, that part works. What doesn't work is what's going to hold you back completely from putting this in, which is the fabrication of these joints. I'm just going to try and get into some light so you can maybe see it. They do not in any way, shape or form line up. No matter how much you try to jimmy them out, move them, you can start seeing gaps. As you pull one, the other ones will never be in alignment. It literally took us, we start seeing some of the issues here, how it's sitting here, and you might say, well, if that one's out, why didn't you just push it in, because this one's out. But now look at the sideways of this. If you can see there, the left and right, see how badly that's aligned. Now if you go back to this one's actually aligned. So without moving these bars, expanding these bars, and with a cross brace welded, that's impossible. These bars move minimally. So again, I can show you on this one here. This one here is pretty much lined up. You can kind of see there, that's lined up. But if I move over here, that's what you get. Now imagine that in the car, 2 people for 6.5 hours trying to get these things to fit. You can't even get the threads started. You can't, I mean, it was impossible. So God bless them when I mentioned this to the R's Tuning and Ricky following the fiasco. He made it quite clear that no, they've done many of them and it must be us. Well, again, not speaking for me because most of you guys maybe know me in passing, but you guys do know Derek Heim. He's one of the finest techs around. For him not to be able to do this is a clear testament that it's not doable. This particular one, maybe it's just a very unique thing. Let's give R's Tuning a benefit of the doubt. But the fabrication is poor quality, both for silly things like the little billet aluminum. They clearly did not dry fit it. They clearly didn't listen to the customer and make it the right color. Does anyone want to think that that's called textured matte black? I don't think so. So, you know, all in all, bad experience. R's Tuning, of course, doing the right thing and refunding. So we'll move on and we'll find a different bar, one of the competitive bars. But, you know, as I said, it's a great shame. It looks fantastic. You know, that's in no doubt, and I will always say that. This bar system looks brilliant. I am devastated. It cost me money, because obviously Derek doesn't work for free. It cost me money to not get this installed. So I'm a little perturbed. Again, if you guys want to do it, please, and you order one from the R's Tuning, have them dry test it first before it's sent to you. Obviously, the R's tuning is saying, oh, we'll take yours and we'll put it straight into a GTR and it'll only take an hour and a half. Well, God bless them. Maybe they have some miracle source in California that none of the rest of us in the rest of the world have. But getting that bar into that Alpha 9 was physically impossible. And with manufacturing tolerances, like you saw at the top joints, there is just no way in God's green earth. So my advice, keep your options open, look for different choices. My advice to R's Tuning, be a little bit more diligent with your workmanship and definitely with your customer service. And maybe they can have a successful bar, because again, it is a work of art in terms of its design. It's just in fabrication, I think that they've maybe lost the ball a bit. But that's it. That's Bulldog Mike with the famous Brit 1 Alpha 9. Just heading off to PRI show, so maybe I'll find a bar there. But me personally, I wouldn't go with the NARS tuning bar again unless I was guaranteed, one, I was guaranteed it was going to fit, or two, I was over there at their shop and they were personally installing it for me. But that's it.